392, 392.
Yeah, you see it. Hey, before we even get started, he thought he was going to escape this. He's not. We're not escaping it. I don't care how long it's been. We ain't talking about it. The Boston Celtics are world champs, like I said they would be. I don't want to hear nothing about the best backcourt ever.
Well deserved.
Or whatever.
Well deserved. I came in here.
Jaylen Brown Finals MVP after all that slander.
I came in here to give you credit. Simple as that.
Yeah, I was talking about his left hand and he didn't deserve his contract. Jason Tatum, but I will.
Now, if you want to get on that conversation, I will say, and you will say, I've been the first advocate for Jaylen Brown for a long time. I knew him talented wise. It's not just about him. I'm just talking about him as a player and his development. But the Celtics, they did it, man. Honestly, y'all were the best team, and I feel like the best team won. Drew Holiday, I feel like he made that team into a not saying they wasn't a championship caliber, but getting over the hump to be that championship team. Because once you, and I felt bad a little bit for Marcus Smart. But I take off my hats to him because he did, congratulate the Celtics. But that was the missing piece.
Marcus wasn't. He just wasn't.
He just wasn't the missing. He was honestly because Drew Holiday is a little bit more consistent on the offensive side too. So with that contributing factor, shout out to Devin White. He just got his money.
D-White.
I mean,
Devin
you know what I'm saying? Like for real. I give y'all credits. Y'all were the best team throughout the whole year, consistently, record-wise, and
that's why I was looking at the media.
Paper.
I'm like, yo, the media, which is what this is like, and I'll say this, I'm not trying to say that Jaylen is not deserving of the Finals MVP. I think you could have gone either way. My pick was for Jason because what Jason did was historic, and I think if you look 5 years from now, it's gonna look crazy that you're one of 5 players to lead your team in points, rebounds, and assists in the finals, and he's the only one. It's not win Finals MVP. 5 years from now, that's going to look really insane. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, I don't think the media should be allowed to vote for these things. Oh, hold on.
We're getting alerts. It's free agency.
Klay
just went
Thompson
to the Mavs.
Move to the Mavericks includes multi-team sign and trade that will also send Josh Green to the Hornets. Oh, Josh Green is upset. But I'm like, the media should not be allowed to vote for these things because the media has the power to create these narratives and then speak on them. And they're the ones that vote for Finals MVP, all this other stuff. And it's like, if a guy is scrutinizing the media, that he's not going to, like, Jason is probably one of the most scrutinized guys in the media. It don't matter if he dropped 30. They talking about he should have dropped 50. It don't matter what he do.
Jaylen Brown too, though. Jaylen Brown too.
So then it's like, and I saw it, like, they gave Jaylen the award, and then the very first thing they do was ask Jason, how do you feel about it? I'm like, that's just nasty work. Like, y'all are just so nasty.
Trying to paint a certain
narrative. That's what I mean. I'm like, yo, that has to stop. So for me, I'm like, I think they should get like retired NBA veterans to come to the NBA Finals and watch those games. Have them go to every game. You let them vote. They don't have media. They don't have no media ties. They don't have no narrative to paint. They're not gonna go on somebody's podcast the next day and whatever. At least I don't think you can go. And you could be different guys every year. Go grab AI one year, Reggie Miller.
But to debate your point, though, debate your point, I understand with Jason Tatum. But when me and you behind the scenes were talking about like the comparisons of like Iggy winning and Steph Curry not winning, I don't think that's valid in this situation because Jaylen Brown throughout the playoffs and also specifically this series, he has played the most consistent ball. He has, and also on the other side of the floor too as well. You got to understand he's guarding the best player. He was plucking Luka. That's guarding him up. You're guarding him and Kyrie up.
That's a massive play because Jason is down low playing
correct, but also
defending centers.
That plays a factor too when you're talking about the MVP, the most valuable player on the floor. He added a lot of value on the offensive end and also the defense, but it's that dog factor. I always say that's just me personally. That's just how I feel. That dog factor is what kind of separates Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I'm not saying that who is better because I still believe, my opinion, the best player could be Jason Tatum, but the better player in the playoffs has been Jaylen Brown.
I can't even agree with that.
I agree. Like, I think so.
For a guy, because I hate the word consistent because I'm like, Jason led in points, rebounds, and assists in the regular season. He led in points, rebounds, and assists all playoffs. And then he led in that in the finals. So I'm like, how is that not consistent?
But also you got to look at also the basketball game. Just because
leading in all three stats.
Just because somebody is leading in stats does not mean they're the most dominant player on the court. You know that, especially watching basketball, because Jason Tatum can score 28 to 30 points, but when you need him to get a bucket in certain points of the game, he's not always the one to go to. Simple as that. Not saying that he's still.
You also have to tip your hat to him, because like the Dallas Mavericks game plan was to send 3 to him every time, and because in the past when he played the Warriors, they did that. He was a turnover machine. He had not evolved into the playmaker. When Dallas did it this time, Jason was making the right pass. He was doming them up. Like, remember that one pass he threw and Kyrie Irving spun around? Mm-hmm. I'm like, so like that my thing. I think it should have been Jason, but I'm not mad at Jalen getting it, because like you said, what Jalen played incredible basketball. I saw the narrative being painted when they first went to go ask Jason that question, and I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. I think it's going to be used against him the same way they try to do it with Steph. They did that to Steph in 2015, and then in 2022, when the conversation was, if Steph wins his 4th ring, is he top 10? And they were like, well, he doesn't have a Finals MVP. So I'm like, oh my God. It's like, seriously? Like, really? Y'all the reason he don't even got that.
And guess what? At the end of the day, he won his ring. So
yeah, that's why I'm like,
it's simple as that. We can paint it however we want to paint it up here.
I'm really happy, not just for Jalen, but for Jason, because like he's like, for whatever reason, he gets attacked so much in the media, and he's been very humble about it. Like, he always keeps saying, like, listen, we won a championship, and then, I guess I make up for, I guess people start giving me MVP credit. And hey, if we win a championship, I'll be facing the league.
And I love it too.
So now that he won a championship, everybody mad. I'm like, yeah, he gets to talk his stuff.
But also on the good side of things, I love it too, is because the example he's setting for his son Deuce, and then like how he came into the league with his son, him being young, and his son now growing up with him, and you get to see the change within their relationship and building up in their relationship. It's beautiful to see, and that was one of the best photos I seen was with him and Deuce. That was a great moment. And
those two photos.
So you can never take those things away from him. Yeah. So I love that.
It's gonna be a great summer. He gonna get paid. His contract is gonna come out. They're actually gonna sell the team. You get that?
Yeah, I just seen that. They say, hey, look here. It's smart move, smart business move, because now that what I'm saying, you're at that point. The value of the team is at the highest it's been.
We're back at the most championships.
Sell the team.
The team is lined up to do it again.
Team gonna be worth billions. Yeah, that's a come up.
Jason's gonna get his contract. He's got a baby on the way. That's really why people hate him. I think that's really where the hate comes from. Because he's dating LMA.
Because it was before that. It adds to it for people, but it was before that.
He's got Team USA in the summer.
Yeah, they both winning. The Olympics they all winning, man. They all winning.
So shout out to the Celtics, man. I had to get that off my chest.
And speaking of winning, man, Bronny gets drafted to the Lakers, round 2, number 55 pick. Hey, look, this is I don't care what nobody say. First of all, let me get this off. This is an amazing moment and beautiful moment.
It is.
First ever father and son duo
in the NBA.
And in the NBA. But it's beautiful to see, because no matter what you think about LeBron, he has been a shining example of a black man, also a man in general, and with his family, how he carries himself. He don't have no off-the-court drama.
Nope.
He's strictly basketball, been in the league longevity-wise for 22 years. For this to even be done, that is a feat. So I just want to, first off, congratulations to Bronny and LeBron in this situation. People talk about nepotism. We don't talk about it when we talk about Jerry Jones. We don't talk about it when it comes to other people of wealth and what they do.
We're always looking for connections with jobs.
Come on, and all these things that are going on. This is a great feat and a good example. You can say for a lot of people, I get the other side of things that. Okay, you can say he didn't earn it. He averaged a certain amount of points. He didn't really play. He didn't really show that he was worthy of this. But also, too, one thing I don't want to get overlooked, in the draft combine, Bronny did show up, and he was one of the best players. And what I do like about Bronny, just in general, because I do feel like he should have been drafted, we already talked about this draft not being the best draft. First round, it had some picks, but this wasn't the best draft. So people being mad at him being picked number 55 or just being picked in the second round, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I think it's getting more looked at because he went to the Lakers. I do feel like he should have been picked because you have players in this draft that was averaging 4, 5, 6, 7 points, but their contributions in the realm of basketball is more. Like as far as him being, he knows what role he wants to play. He wants to be like a Pat Bev, Drew Holiday, those Derek White, those type of players. So I really love this for LeBron. I really love this for Bronny. I get the other side of people saying he's not earning it, but let's enjoy the moment as well too.
So my issue is completely separate from anyone else's issue. I have no problem with nepotism. Black nepotism, I'm here for it. It happens all the time. Why can't we do it too? Giannis is currently doing it.
Right, for sure.
I have zero problem with black nepotism. I do think this is monumental. Father and son get a chance to play together. I think that is really dope. My issue is I don't think that Bronny is getting what he wants out of this. When I look at what he has said and I look at what's happened, that's what's bothering me. He stated he wants to make a name for himself. That's why he started calling himself Bronny.
That's a good point.
He said, I want a team to draft me because they believe in me. The writing was on the wall that most teams did not think he was ready. But he got drafted because his dad was on the team. He said, I'm not really focused on playing with my dad. If it happens, cool, but that's not really my thing. And so for my thing was like, well, I don't really, like, when I listen to that and I listen to look at what's happening, I'm like, is anyone listening to this kid? I don't even think it was his idea to go into the draft. Honestly, I don't. Because I'm like, I think he would have preferred to go back to school and earn it on his own. Ball out, hoop. And if dad's not there to retire, for me to play, then that's not his concern. He already said it. He said, I'm not really focused on playing with him.
I agree.
So I'm like, that's my thing. I don't think, I want him to be great. I want him to do well. I do think he should have went back to school. I don't think he's ready for the league. But, like, I'm not saying he can't develop. It's not my issue. My thing is, I don't think he got here the way he wanted to get here.
Is that really what he wanted?
That's my thing. I don't think Bronny got what he wanted out of this at all.
And being honest, the reaction kind of told the story too.
Yeah, like I don't think
his reaction wasn't as as excited as you.
I don't really think I don't think he's getting what he wants out of this. I think LeBron's getting what he wants. And I'm like I'm just going off what Bronny has said. When I go off what he has said and what's happening, I'm like, I don't think anyone's listening to this kid. I don't think his parents are listening. I don't think the media is listening. You got Rich Paul calling folks saying don't draft him. I'm like, yo, man.
Don't draft. We going to Australia with it.
The kid said he wants to make it on his own. Like, let him make it on. If he don't get drafted, you already lined it up. If he don't get drafted, then he can go back to school. So let him go back to school. But LeBron wants to play with him. But I'm like,
to your point, I think it's true. I think both things can be true. Like this is like you just said, this is an amazing,
great moment.
But
nepotism is great, but this ain't what he wanted. It's not what he wanted. That's my issue. I've been saying it for a minute. That's my only issue with this. I don't think Bronny is getting what he wanted out of this. He wanted to do it on his own.
This is a lot of pressure.
And he didn't get it on his own.
It's the Lakers still.
Yeah, it's the Lakers. And I'm like, and I think more things will come from this because he's LeBron James' son. Like, he's going to get minutes. The whole point of this is because LeBron wants to play with him. So I think he's going to get some minutes. He may not start, but I think at some point he'll get minutes.
And then also to give some kickback, people are looking at it too, like funny in the light as far as like how they moved about it. Because the JJ Redick, they were on the podcast. JJ Redick's now the coach. How everything lined up in order. It's like it's a power business move. I respect it. But also I get how people can be like, what I'm saying? This wasn't really earned.
Yeah. And there are other coaches in the league that, that probably should have gotten a nod over JJ Redick. But I mean, again, like it's not what you know, it's who you know. So I'm not totally upset with that because, we do it. I try to do it with jobs. I got the job I got now because I knew somebody. I mean, I was already in the education field, but again, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. So I don't have a problem with nepotism, but I'm just like, man, like when I really look at this, I'm like, yo, like I don't think this kid's getting what he wants. I don't think anyone's listening to this kid, and I'm worried it'll blow up, in the worst way possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and this the biggest market there is.
I'm worried it's gonna blow up in the wrong. Like I want him to do well, and I'm worried it's gonna like blow up in all their faces because like LeBron really wanted this, and it's like, Bron, I get that you want this, but are you listening to what your kid wants? It's not that he doesn't want to play with you, not that he doesn't want to make the league. He just wants to do it
on his own
because not because he's LeBron James' son.
Correct.
He wants to know that he was good enough ball player, and that other teams felt that way, and that just wasn't the case with this draft. So that wasn't the case with the draft. Then if you can make another year and play, then you do. But if not, then it's gonna be all right. Like. as long as the kid gets to have his dream. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
So, and I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Maybe his thinking changed.
It's a sad day in basketball today because the Mavs did a sign and trade. They got Klay Thompson now. But
is it a sad day?
It's the end. It's the end of an era. I feel like one of the best eras that I've lived through, as far as championships, as far as dynasty, the Golden State Warriors, the best backcourt duo I think ever. Steph and Klay. That's just my opinion and what I grew up watching as well too.
I felt that way before we lost to them.
Yeah, they different. They different.
They were different. I give credit
their
where credit is
accolades, everything speak for itself. Like Steph and Klay. So to see them break up, but I am happy for Klay as well too. Because he gets to prove himself in another way. I hate the little 0 for 10 comments.
Yo,
I hate it.
You can't go nowhere without seeing that.
But
it's actually hilarious.
Because it's
I get that you hate it, but I'm like,
it was funny to a point, but now it's just
now
like
they just won't let it go. I hate that that was his last game as a Warrior. That's
whatever. Because guess what? Let's talk about the games where he dropped 37. Let's talk about the games he dropped 62 and 3/4.
His last game as a Warrior.
But let's talk about all the great things that he's done as well too.
Yeah.
We're in this space where it's like, okay, it's funny to troll, but like somebody that is that successful, I get why Klay. People can look at it corny and throw it up the fours. I'd be doing that all the time if I was him. Yeah. I got 4 rings behind it, and I was really a contribution to all of them. But being a part of the. I think personally, if not the second or third greatest shooter there ever is, a top 75 players in my eyes. So them getting Klay, that's a big move for them because now they get to spread the floor. Luka, Kyrie, Klay.
He's definitely coming off the bench.
That's gonna be a fire. Nah.
Who's he starting over?
What are you talking about?
He plays the 2, right?
Luka plays 3.
Who's he starting over?
What are you talking about? Klay is about to be. It's going to be Kyrie, Luka, Klay, and they just got rid of Jones, so he's not in the lineup. And they have Gafford, and whoever you want to play at the 4 is PJ Washington. That's a good lineup, bro. That is a good lineup.
They did get rid of Derrick Jones.
And then you get.
I forgot. I thought Derrick Jones.
Then you get off the bench lively. Oh, they got a squad, bro. That's a good.
If I'm going off the Klay Thompson I saw last year, I'm not.
Oh no, that's a good squad. I see him proving everybody wrong in this one. I definitely do it in my opinion. I want to see this one. I'm calling it now. Klay about to go crazy.
Hey, who am I to want bad for that man? I don't.
Klay about to go crazy. DMV and PG County's own 16-year-old track star, the youngest U.S. male track Olympian. Just beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Like
the DMV is taking over.
It's so dope, and that's something that doesn't get talked about enough is how much like a lot of people have came out of PG County, Maryland, and DC, the DMV area. Like
we're actually number 1 as far as gold medals.
Sports
gold medals in the Olympics. Maryland has most. Like if we were a separate country, we would be leagues and bounds above everyone else. We
wanted them. I would definitely say as far as like states, we in the top 5. You could say top 10 because you got LA. You got
the official number.
You got LA. You got Texas. You got Florida. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got competition out there, but Maryland is one of them. But that's so dope, bro. That's so dope. I just found out he was from Bowie. He goes to Potomac High School. It's just
what's the other girl I said earlier? She just made a state record. It's California, but
yeah, California got some ballers.
State record.
They got some ballers.
Stay record. Hold on, I'm gonna find her.
But DMV, we got bro. It's mad talent out here. It's mad talent out here.
Not a state record.
Honestly,
Massey Russell. She just broke. She's the second fastest American ever in meet that she ran yesterday. She's also from the DMV.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, shout out to DMV, PG County. Man, it's so much talent out here. And that's what I love about this area as well. It's just all about getting that exposure. Honestly, and if you good and if you great and you put that time in, you will get the exposure. And it was amazing to see him get this feat as well too. Cause you gotta understand he's running against grown man, bro. He's 16 years old. Imagine what he's gonna be like in some years to come. For real. A dog. So shout out to Quincy Wilson.
It was 2016. That year we was going crazy. We were like. We had more gold medals than all but maybe 2 or 3 countries that year. We're still up there.
And honestly, shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. overcoming so much. You know, all the haters and doubters these last 2-3 years, been dominant, has a gold medal. Like, she's been on it. Like, honestly, running a 10-7, like really tripping up. You know what I'm saying? And when she finished races, she just be flexing because her time could really be elsewhere too. Like,
for real,
shout out to her, bro.
The U.S. is here
been dogging
in track for once. Before Jamaica was smoking us, but now we are here. Noah Lyles is going crazy.
Yeah.
Quincy's here. Masay's here. Sha'Carri's here. That whole U.S. team, that whole U.S. girls team is going crazy. I think the basketball team is going to go stupid. I think it's going to be one of the most dominant displays. I have to ask this question, and I think I saw it on the podcast. They were like, "What if we did? How do you think that game goes? A 7-game series, U.S. versus the world, not U.S. versus a certain country. Like if you took the best players from the U.S. and then took all the best foreigners, so Joel, Joker, Giannis, Luka, SGA versus us." And somebody was like, "I think they smoke us." I'm like, "I think we still beat them." Because after the starting five, our bench is way better than this.
It's a tough. I mean, that's still gonna be a tough matchup.
It is. But
who would you have starting for us? Steph, Bron, KD,
Tatum. At the big spot, you can put Bam.
Okay, but I might go small. I might throw Ant in there to go small.
We got like 3 guards in there.
To go small for real, or like if you said, like, you know, Bam is actually a really good player as far as like
he needs to be playing the 4, but
so
he Bam is in there, and then it's like,
but
I think because their stars have to come out. Yeah, their bench is not better.
Our bench.
We would have Dame come off the bench, Kyrie come off the bench. Yeah, like what? Kawhi. Paul George, our bench would go stupid. Russ
Edwards,
James Harden,
that's
like
if
what?
They healthy, because you know,
like James Harden, like what? Our bench is way better than this. Jaylen Brown, like what? Spider, we would. Like, I think once their starters come out, it's like who else is there after their starting 5?
That's a good conversation. U.S. versus the world.
Do they think they can beat us? Yes, but
the starting 5 will give us trouble.
Yeah,
the starting 5 will give us trouble. I will tell you that.
Yeah, and I think they give us trouble mostly because they have all the bigs.
Yeah. They have all Joker. The they got Embiid.
They got Sabonis. They got Vucevic. They got all the bigs. I'll give them that. We got Bam, and after that, there's no other like elite centers. Not from the U.S. They got Wemby.
Yeah, they got Wemby.
Yeah. Listen, their starting 5 is gonna go stupid. They got they got all the bigs. They have all the bigs. I will give them that. They have all the bigs.
It get rocky for us.
But listen, we got bodies. We're a deeper team. I will say that. But yeah, shout out to the rest of the world, man. It's going crazy as far as basketball is concerned. I think the women are gonna do their thing. You know, I'm not really worried about that. And
and then I wanted to discuss first, bro. I wanted to talk about this while we were talking about LA and stuff like that, but. The politics out there is real. I'm talking about that the hats, what you wear, the certain hats, and I love hats, bro. I just wore all black.
I know is I didn't see this one on there.
All black, all white. I'm good.
I didn't see this one on there.
That joint, they get hectic.
It's been like that. I think there's this thing called gang maps that you're supposed to download and you go out there.
It's a whole different world. A whole different world out there. Like it's.
But I don't know. I don't think this is new. I just think it's just finally being brought to social media.
Yeah, it's not always. It's not. It's always.
You always had to be very cautious of whatever. I mean, I've been out there a couple of times, but I've never been in anybody's territory that I had to worry.
Being aware of your surroundings is real.
And I don't think I was wearing anything crazy. But yeah, like you gotta just. I don't know. They gotta fix that though, because they had what's her face out there recently. What's her name? Bobby.
Oh yeah. For the Night Like Us video.
Yeah, they had her. They had her out there with YG and all that. I'm like, so y'all want her to say what's bragging, but I can't wear a New York Yankee hat.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that look funny in the light.
Yeah, like come on now, I can't wear a New York Yankee hat. But you telling her to say
not
what's
trying
bragging.
to be funny. Every time I look at her, I be like, Dad, where her white friends at? Honestly, I be like, where her white friends at?
They don't want to hang out with her.
Like, Lord have mercy.
She be around too many famous folks.
I mean, she for real.
They don't want to be around her. Not right now, they don't.
And then, like, honestly, what's been going on recently is just, This make me sad and upset because it gives us a knock on our black community a lot. But like, it's, how can I say, it's bad that like violence is kind of like the way of more stream, more revenue, more looks. You know what I'm saying? It's so negative, but it's deemed in such a positive light amongst all this stuff. So it's a lot of stuff going on with these rappers. They shooting videos, talking about each other, talking about killing and walking on grave sites and all, doing all this crazy, wild stuff. And man, it just be sad to see, because those be the views that you see got 10 million, 15, 20 million views. You know what I'm saying? Instantly, because it's just like we praise the negativity, but it's like, dang, it really be sad to see, for real.
Yeah, like I saw, everybody has a million things to say about, Chris Brown and when he does something wrong, but like I didn't see enough people talking about what happened yesterday. So a young lady, I think she was on crutches or whatever, or she was like on those little walkers. She paid her $1,100 for the meet and greet, and after she took her picture with him, he gave her money back and gave her 10 racks. And I'm like, where's the media for this? Yep. I'm like, like how go, like, wait, where's the shade room and media takeout and all this other, like, where are y'all at for this? Like, I don't understand. Like,
and like you said earlier,
dope.
Like you said earlier, the media it picks and chooses.
It creates the narrative and then talks about it.
Definitely creates the narrative, and it's not a lot of positive narratives.
Yeah, even with today with the whole Rick Ross and his people getting jumped in Canada, the headline is Drake's people. I'm like,
which is crazy.
You can't say that, man.
Right? Misleading.
You can't say that, because what if Drake goes to Miami and now what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. That's not. Those people were not. Those people did not. I don't think those people were involved with Drake. Those were just some
fans that heard Rick Ross played Not Like Us and felt disrespected. Simple as that. It doesn't have to be tied to one or another. Yeah, and that headline was crazy.
Headline was insane. And I'm like, come on, academic TV, whatever. I'm like, y'all gotta do better with that, because that's gonna create a whole other thing. Like, and so like you said, man, it sucks that negativity. But I don't know. I guess it's the same as like action movies usually tend to be the most popular. But I don't know. I don't know if that's always the case anymore. It depends. I think it depends.
Nah, drama. But drama is always going to sell. Yeah. Drama is always going to sell. Trust and believe. That's why you see these shows on Zeus, and you see
all these skits, like the whole, like the stepdad and the barbershop skit. I was like, when I read that was a skit, I was like, this what we doing in public now?
See, when you brought that up, I did, for a skit or not, I really thought that was a real good conversation to have.
It's a good conversation, but I just hate the fact that this is what we doing. Like, really, we going in barbershops and
because
anytime I see cameras involved, I don't believe it, because I'm like, there's no way you just thought to record.
And like to your point, that drama is so, because I was eager to talk about this, but I did like the sentiment behind it, whether it was real or fake. This video that we talking about, it went viral. It was the dad pressing out the stepdad for taking the child to the barbershop, and he got in there. Once he got in the barbershop, he started going off on the stepdad. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's about to do to him, and pressing him out in that way. I feel like the stepdad handled the situation. He handled the situation well in that circumstance, because he also didn't resist, like, oh no, that's his father, he go with him. But also that as the dad, you can see and tell he wasn't in their son's life based off of their reaction. You know what I'm saying? He's going in there. You're setting a bad example right there in front of your son. Those are conversations that you can have with him behind closed doors,
or with the mother of your kid.
You feel me? Or with the mother. And if you can't get in contact, it's other ways to do that in another setting, not while the kid is watching. Because when I was looking at it, it was like the kid looking at his dad like he used to this behavior. He wasn't, he wasn't even reacting. He was just like, all right, whatever. And I feel like in that circumstance that he had, the stepfather handled the situation correctly in that manner, because you never know. Say if he can't met him with the same energy, that could have been a fatal incident right there.
Then you involve the people in the barbershop, because now they involved, they in there, and they don't want that drama in their shop.
Exactly.
One dude was like, yo, take that outside, man. Like we got other customers in here. We cutting hair. Like, nobody got time.
And as the stepfather in that situation,
try to rip the little boy out the chair. I'm like, I'm cutting hair,
as
man.
The stepfather in the situation would,
because if I can't take him to go get a haircut, how we going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right, correct.
But there has to be conversations that's had beforehand. Like, I don't know, even before you get in that situation. It's like, is he in his life? He's not in his life. Like, what's the community? Like, there has to be conversations beforehand before you start dating the young lady if she has a child. So it's
right,
like,
correct. So those things too. But you saying it is important. It definitely is important. But I feel like based off of that situation, I feel like he has to take a step back and rethink that whole relationship, because that off of that situation, like we said, that could have been a fatal situation, fatal incident. Him trying to press the stepfather out, and if he reacted any type of other way, that could have been hectic. And then you setting it as a bad example right in front of the child.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That could have went a whole nother way. But I just feel like honestly, as we get older, you got to start understanding how to mature. Every situation shouldn't be a violent situation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Understand how to talk to people, and communicate. That's honestly because. Because
in that instant, I don't think dude thinks he's doing anything wrong. Like, I took him to get a haircut.
Correct.
Why are you yelling at me?
Correct.
And you act like I took him to go to the strip club or get a beer or something.
And and then if it's a barbershop. And then if it's the conversation to be had, don't need to be in front of the child.
Exactly. It's like,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And man, I think since we've been in high school, bro, the how can I say it? The party, the club environment, I would say the high school to college has not been the same. It hasn't been the same. And I think it's mainly due to the bottle service. I mainly think it's due to the sections, because once you get the bottle service in the section, it's all about social media. It's all about posting. You're not actually having a good time at the clubs. I don't remember last time I went to a club and everybody was dancing, actually having fun. No phones in their hands. I don't remember. If it happened, it was a long time ago. Yeah. For real. That's why I used to love when we were growing up, like house parties and things of that nature, because it was like it was fun.
House parties was lit.
We wasn't looking for a moment to just record, And then also like the bottle service to me is just like, bro, $1,500 for a bottle that I can get for, you know what I'm saying, $100 when I'm not in the club, like. You know what I'm saying? This section, $400, $800 seats to flex for 2 to 3 hours.
And the seats, the section don't even be like big. No. Like the section be mad small. Like you just be sitting there.
Be 15 people.
All you do is be sitting
in a 6-seater section. Come on now.
It's nasty work, and it's I don't know. It's becoming less and less appealing to go out. I don't know.
Nah, I don't, bro.
I be trying to find other ways. I be trying to find other reasons for like us as a group to go out.
Yeah, because like the club, like honestly, I don't remember for real. I don't remember the last time I've been in a club, bro. I'm like lounge. I've been in lounges. Lounges. I've been
plenty of lounges. The last club I was in was Ibiza. That was when I was 18. I ain't been. That I had a great time. It was lit. It was me, Richie, Tommy. That's my first time going out. But I haven't been to an actual club.
Used to be lit. Yeah, and then you from the area. We from Love used to be lit. Love,
never
like
been.
The club.
That's the only club I've been in was Ibiza.
Ibiza was a good club.
I'm never going to Bliss.
Love.
Never been. Never will go. I refuse.
Bliss is me personally. I'm not saying it's overrated, but over time it has become that.
It's ghetto, and after they did that thing with the dead body and the rapper,
that was crazy.
Not going.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was crazy. You right. And yeah, I feel like it's overrated now. It's overrated, and I really think that these sections, bro, they be killing me. They be killing me, bro.
It's all about
the aesthetic and the look, bro.
It's all about the aesthetic and the look. People go to sporting events just to take a picture of their seats. They don't even be there to watch the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Why are you here?
That's true.
We could have been here to watch the game.
Don't be here for no other reason.
I've experienced that firsthand.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This joint had me crying, bro. This joint had me crying. And look here. I love Birdman. I love Cash Money.
That? When I said that in the chat?
I love Birdman.
Bro,
I was
Cash Money.
This is
when I said
hilarious.
That in the chat, I was weak.
I don't care. This joint was funny. Like Birdman recently, he went to visit one of the jails. He said he was just saying I got enough power to help y'all out. You know
like what y'all need?
What y'all need? One of the inmates said, "Man, we need books." Bro, the response he got, bro, I don't think anybody was expecting. I don't think anybody was expecting, and I don't think he meant any like. Honestly, I get where Birdman was coming from.
The man said no disrespect to books. Like what?
I don't think he meant it in a bad way. But it's just how it came off because it's just like,
you really
bro,
think reading books gonna help y'all?
You think reading books is gonna help you? Yeah.
Like yes,
absolutely.
There's information in books, and there's nothing else to do here besides read. Like
ain't nothing else to do. Read and work out. And you honestly, and that's how you really elevate your life.
Like what else would you
can be knowledgeable?
Like there's only but so many things you can actually do with your money for us while in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get us out. Yeah. That's number one. You can't get us out. Like commissary is cool.
You know what I'm saying? That's
but it's
that's
like
a plus.
I don't know. But for the most part, it's like books.
Yeah, because that's how really you're gonna elevate and to be knowledgeable once you come out. And then honestly,
the fact that homie said books is a great thing.
Yeah, facts. Because
you really think books? Because
honestly, Wallow is a perfect example. That's why I respect Wallow so much. He's a perfect example of having his time and spending it wisely. Yeah. You feel me? Like reading up on everything. So, because once he came out and you see where he's at now, you can understand he was becoming way more knowledgeable and having an understanding of what the outside world is, and then also how to really, win in life.
You got to do that because depending on how long you're supposed to be in jail, the world is literally passing you by. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like you're in a hyperbolic time chamber when you're in jail. Like so much is changing on the outside. Like people you knew are growing up, getting older, getting different hairstyles, jobs are different. Like the way of the world is completely different. Like especially for a guy like Wallow, 20 years. Like 20 social media wasn't a thing. He come out and it's like phones have videos on them now, texting and touchscreen and all this other stuff. It's like you feel like you were in a time. You feel like you were frozen in time. Like so it's like you gotta read up and stay up to date because when you get out, like the world done passed you by and you think things are the same and they're not, and it's hard for people to adjust to the world around them because they spent so long, locked up. So, books is definitely important. I can't believe I was shocked. I was like, did he really just say you really think books are like, yes, they put information in them. Like what? I was like,
sure.
You just told him like, what can I get y'all? He said books. Get him books, right?
Nah, that joke was hilarious, bro. That joke was
and I couldn't believe
too
it.
Hilarious.
He said no disrespect to reading books. I was like, what?
And then like what we intro since we on music, the BET Awards, they did the special tribute to Usher.
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched the full thing yet. I just do like the fact what I seen. They implemented a lot of the women, as far as the legendary acts. A lot of people said it could have been better, but I just feel like BET Awards, as we said originally, pre-pod, is that it used to be really a special moment, And I'm not saying that this wasn't a good BET Awards because I do love Taraji P. Henson hosting another DMV area DC.
Did she host last year?
Yeah, and she's been hosting for the last 4 or 5 years. So that was beautiful. I like how she introduced it. I really like those type of things. But like the BET Awards used to be really special. You feel me? Really, really special. I miss those times with 106 and Park, going from 106 and Park to the BET Awards, and then at that time you had Rap City, man. Yeah,
they didn't bring the basement back. Yeah. They tried bringing Rap City back. Like, no, bring back the.
It's tough to bring those things back because I feel like it ties a lot in with nostalgia.
Not really. There are still spaces where people come to show up and rap, like LA Leakers and Fun Flex. Like all Rap City was you show up and you rap.
But it was more a nostalgia thing. It was it was a nostalgia thing to that. You feel me?
I got mad Rap City freestyle.
It was an aura to that.
Yeah, like pull up and rap, man. Like the basement used to be lit, man. I still go online and look at like G Unit freestyles and Ludacris was on the booth like 4 or 5 times. Jay-Z was the last one in the booth. Like, yo, man. But the BET, well, I don't know, man. It's the aesthetic. It's not the same. The acts aren't the same. And it's like, you want to champion what's going on today. Mm-hmm. But you want to do it differently. Like, first of all, they stopped letting Chris Brown perform. And Chris Brown was always the highlight of the night. That's one of the reasons where you messed up. Mm-hmm. He's usually the best performer of the night. Everybody looking forward to seeing him perform. Mm-hmm. He goes crazy. So there's that. You want to try and get your high-class acts back, like Beyonce and Jay and Alicia and acts like that. But they're not pulling up because you got... people like you got Sexy Red and Pregnant Krishan Rock twerking on each other in the middle of the pews with Shaka Khan sitting right there. And it's like, yo, man, like this is,
man.
and I'm not saying, I don't know if that happened this year, that was last year. But it's like, yo, man, like, this is not how we represent ourselves as black entertainment television. And it's like, you know, even down to some of the acts. And it's like, okay, I get that this is, you know, who's up right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, you could still ask them to perform a certain song. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like we gotta have some type of class. Like, yeah, there should be some moments where we can get ratchet. But for the most part, there should be some moments where we also look, you know, elegant, and we look, you know, we look good as a people, you know. And we used to look really good as a people. We really used to come out and support one another, and it used to it made a lot of sense. Like, it was just something you really wanted to watch. And lately, it's just like you don't even want to look at it.
Yeah,
because you got all that going on.
The aura has left the building, but I mean, you just got to continue to build upon it, and like you said,
facts.
make these spaces like, a little bit more.
Even the hip hop awards ain't tough no more. Like, they ruined the cipher. It's like, how y'all ruin the cipher? Like,
they ruined the cipher.
Yeah, the people y'all getting to come rap can't rap. It's like you're not calling the legends to rap anymore. It's like, fam, we still want to hear Jadakiss rap. Like, that's Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I not want to hear Jadakiss rap? They don't even got Premier doing it no more. I'm not saying it has to be the same thing, but I'm just like, yo, like, don't get rid of the essence of what makes this great.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, everybody now rapping on the same beat. It's colored now. It's like in the studio. It's not outside. Like, yo, man, this is like, it used to be outside in a location in black and white. Like, it really felt like hip hop. Like, it was grimy. The look was tough. Like, you used to do it in cliques. Like, I remember Breezy did it one year. It used to be good music had a cipher. MMG had a cipher.
Even to Lil Wayne and Kevin Hart. Remember Kevin Hart, Lil Wayne?
That was funny.
You know, those type of things.
I'm like, yo, man, like, they stopped calling the legends. I'm like, why would you stop calling the legends? Like, these dudes still rap. Like, why would I not want to hear Busta Rhymes rap? Yo, like, why would I not want to hear T.I. rap? Like, why would I not want to hear that? You know, if it's hip hop awards, so stuff like that.
Then you can't get mad at other platforms giving them that opportunity to do so, and they shine for real.
Facts, like, yo, man, like, come on now.
I agree with that.
You give me like people who haven't done the cipher that I need to see in a BET cipher. Hold on. All right, never mind. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see
this NBA. The NBA
overpays is the NBA is just out here handing out money. I'm like, I don't know how some of these guys are getting these contracts, but the cipher I really want to see. Like, I haven't seen Jay in the cipher. I've never seen Cole in the cipher. Never seen Drake in the cipher. I'm talking about BET.
Yeah, you talking about those.
Wayne, the only time he was in was with Kevin Hart, but I want to see him in cipher with other spitters so I can compare verses. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people I haven't seen in the cipher. I haven't seen J. Cole, and
Wayne and
Drake. I ain't seen them in the cipher. Like, I really want to see that. That would be dope.
They got. Hey, we gotta get everybody involved out here. It's too much. Hey, everybody dissing each other, so we can't even do that. Right. Lord mercy. Another amazing episode, man. Welcome back. We here, man. Make sure you guys tune in. TheFaisonViewPodcast. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, sir. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, yes, sir.